All right, hi there again, everybody, and welcome to County Stadium, where we have an afternoon game. The Mets at the Braves, and we'll see how this one goes for the Mets. We had a kind of hard loss yesterday. It wasn't a particularly close game. Lenny Dykstra up there is hitting 400 against Milwaukee, and the first pitch comes in there for a strike. 0-1. Bob Hendley, the pitcher. He has a ERA a little bit over 6, and there is a ball low. 1-1. 6.06 is ERA. 0-2 is his record. Dykstra takes another ball low. 2-1 now the count, and the next pitch comes in, and that's a little ground ball over to second base, and is fielded by McMillan, to shortstop. And he throws to first base, but he's off balance, and that's a wild throw. Dykstra will end up being safe at first, and here's Mookie Wilson. For some reason, the game wanted to not start Wilson today. Dykstra goes for second, has it stolen. 22 now, steals for Dykstra. I keep forgetting how many he has. He just keeps collecting them. So Dykstra on second now, and it's 0-1 on Mookie. The game wanted me to start Danny Heap instead, and I said, not on your life. There's a ball low, 1-1. Wilson's not even fatigued. He's well rested. Pops this one up first base, and it's going to be caught there by Adcock, one away. That was a high pop-up, man. He was reaching for the stars. Here's Hernandez hitting now 427 in a little bit of a slump. As much of a slump as you can be in when you hit 427. This is hit over left field. Playable there for Johnson. Lou Johnson makes the catch, 2 away, and here's Darryl Strawberry. Strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strawberry looked bad again. And that's inside, 1-2. Low, 2-2. Swing and a miss. He looked really bad that time, and we go down to the bottom of the first inning. So the error and the stolen base mean nothing. And here's Dwight Gooden pitching to Lou Johnson, 1-0. Johnson, as you'll remember, hit that big home run off of him over in Citi Field, 1-1. He went that time, yes, 1-2. Gooden's got him set up. And that misses inside, 2-2. Gooden has been relegated to the bottom of the rotation, and he struck him out on that slider. Great pitch by Dwight, 1 away. Here is Joe Adcock. Gooden hasn't been pitching really that well. There's a ball low, and it's Ojeda and Fernandez who have been leading the rotation, 1-1. Ojeda, though, as you saw it, lost just the other day. There's a fly ball to center that's going to fall in front of Dykstra for a base hit. So that's a hit for Adcock. That brings up Hank Aaron, and this is always dangerous. We go to double play depth. Little ground ball to third. Knight, Tuffle, and on to Hernandez. We go to the top of the second inning. It's no score. Gary Carter here, 8 home runs in the season, 4th in the league, takes the ball low. And a strike high, beg your pardon, 1-1. Low again, 2-1. That's blasted to left. That's going to be foul. Not quite enough distance on that. 2-2. Low. Full count now on Gary. Fouled away just barely. Still a full count. And this is hit through the whole left side. Base hit for Carter. So Carter doesn't just have long ball power, but he has base hit power as well. Carter now is hitting an even 300. That brings up Ray Knight, who's hitting 317. Everybody's hitting. That's going well for the Mets. 1-0, the count now to Ray, and it's 2-0. That misses inside. 3-0, misses again inside. He'll take this one. That's a strike. 3-1. And there's ball 4. And so that sends Carter to second. That brings up Rafael Santana. And it's always a trick with the Mets, I'll tell you. There's a strike and another strike to Santana, 0-2. There's a changeup that misses inside, 1-2. Santana hitting much better so far than he did in real life in '86. It's fouled away, still 1-2 on Rafael. And that's low, 2-2 the count. Low again, full count now on Rafael. And that's popped up to center. That's deep, but not deep enough. Aaron has that for the out. And there's 1 away, and that'll bring up Tim Tuffle. So Tuffle probably upset about being relegated to the bottom of the order, but he's hitting 212. That'll do it to you. It takes a strike. And a ball. 1-1. There's another one low. 2-1. Low again. 3-1 the count. And he takes ball 4, and so there's a walk, and that'll bring up Dwight. Carter is not quite fast enough, I think, for us to bunt, but we might try it anyway. Let's see what happens. This is the game. We have fun when we play games, and that's bunted foul. We'll try one more time. The infield is in, of course, and that is bunted fair, and it's a good bunt. The throw to the plate is not in time, and so Carter scores, and the bases are still loaded here for Dykstra. It's a 1-0 lead for the Mets. So the New York Mets taking a page out of my 1908 replay, and here comes Dykstra. He takes a ball low, down and in. And that's low again, 2-0 on Lenny. Little ground ball over to third base, steps on the bag for one, does Matthews, throws over to Adcock at first for the double play. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 New York. Here is Eddie Matthews after that good play. Takes the ball low and inside. And hits this one over to left field, but foul. It's 1-1. Just the start of things here. 1-0 Mets. That's high 2-1. Bottom of the second inning. A little fly ball to right. Straw can't get there in time. It's 2-2. And there's, it should have been called a strike 3. I'm not sure how that one missed. I guess a little inside. It's a full count now on Matthews. Another pop-up left field. Over goes Mookie. Over goes Mookie, and he can't get there in time. Full count remains. That's hit deep to center. Dykstra goes back. He has just enough room for the catch, rather. One away, and here's Frank Bowling. One away, bottom of the second. Good curve in there for a strike, 0-1. That's low, 1-1. Carter getting a workout, of course, behind the plate, 2-1 now. Not just catching the young phenom, but trying to worry about those balls in the dirt, 2-2. And there's that curve over for strike 3 looking. So Gooden gets his second strikeout, and that brings up Joe Torre. Torre has been hitting abysmally today and this season. I know they're trying to do a little bit of a righty-lefty platooning with him, but it's not working. 1-1 the count. There's a curve low, 2-1. And that's up the middle for a base hit. Spoke too soon. So Torre gets the second hit of the game for the Braves. And that'll bring up Mac Jones. Jones hits a ground ball over to second. Tuffle makes the play, but he doesn't have a throw. And that puts runners on first and second. Now a little bit of bad luck for Dwight. And here's a strike to Roy McMillan. And a ball outside, 1-1. It was McMillan's error that allowed Dykstra to reach first. He stole second, but nothing happened in the first. 3-1 now the count of McMillan. And that's low, and Gooden has walked the bases loaded. That'll bring up Bob Hendley, the pitcher, and this is where Gooden gives me gray hairs. There's the ball inside the pitcher, and that's way outside, 2-0. And this is way high, and there's a strike, 3-1. And there's ball 4, and I'm wondering if Gooden wasn't spending some time partying out in the Milwaukee nightlife of 1962. There's a fastball low to Lou Johnson, and a strike, 1-1. We have to stick with him. That's low, 2-1. We don't have great long relief. Fly ball to right, that's foul, 2-2. Just foul. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. So Gooden gets his third strikeout, but he does end up walking in a run, and we go to the top of the third inning. It's 1-1. Up is Mookie, the second leadoff hitter, of course, and he takes a ball inside, 1-0. And that is up and over the plate, hit foul, right field, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball wasn't that fast, but compared to that curve, it looked fast, and that's hit over to left field. Easy play there for Johnson, one away. Here's Keith. Only one hit for the Mets in this game so far. Keith is 0 for 1. 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1. That's fouled away. 2-2. And that was up and in the zone. That's hit over to right and just foul, just out of reach of Jones. 2-2. Foul the way again. Low, full count now on Keith. And that's low again, so Hernandez works the walk, and that'll bring up Darryl Strawberry. Runner on at first base, just checking things out here quickly. A little over 20,000 here in Milwaukee for this game. There's a ball inside. Mets, by the way, at 20-8 are four games behind the Dodgers, who are 28-8, I believe. The fly ball over to center field, and it's going to be Aaron making the catch for the out, 2 away, and here comes Gary. That's a strike outside corner. And another strike, 0-2. And this is pulled foul, still 0-2. 4 games back are the Mets and having a hard time capitalizing. Of course, the Mets are playing .700 baseball. Normally this would be good enough, but remember, there's no divisions. Ground ball to third. Matthews goes to second for the force, and we go to the bottom of the third inning. Joe Adcock leads this off against Gooden, and there's a pitch outside by Dwight, 1-0, and that's a strike, 1-1. Hit foul, right field line, 1-2. Swing and a miss, down he goes. 4 strikeouts for Dr. K, 1 away. Here's Aaron, and he hits a ground ball to short. Santana making the throw to first, 2 away. Up is Eddie Matthews. There's a ball low. I tell you, you complain about OOTP sometimes, but this is the Gooden of 1986. There's no mistaking it. This is fouled away. It's 2-1. That's the real problem, right? When the game gets it right, and you're like, yeah, that's the way that it is, and I wish it wasn't that way. OOTP's done a very good job with this. That's outside. It's 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count now on Matthews. There's a fly ball to left, and that's easily playable there for Wilson, and we go to the top of the 4th inning. These are also the Mets, and the Mets in 86 did have some problems offensively sometimes, interspersed with great games. There's a ground ball to short, McMillan on to first, 1 away, and here's Santana. You remember the NLCS, right? And the Mets looked really bad against the good pitching. They looked great, though, against poor pitching. Fouled away, 0-1. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. And so these are unquestionably the Mets. There's no doubt about it. 1-2 now the count on Raphael. And it's popped up. Who wants it? It's going to be the second baseman, Bowling, grabbing that. 2 away, and here comes Tim Tuffle. Blasted right field line, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Only the second hit of the game for the Mets, and that brings up Gooden. Dwight Gooden last time up bunted successfully. Takes a ball high, 1-0. Beat it out actually for a hit. It's a little fly ball over to center. That's going to hang up for Aaron, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Frank Bowling up there again. First pitch swing hits that deep to center. Dykstra goes back. Plenty of room, though. I'm not sure how far it is out there, but it's a long way. There's 1 away. Here is Joe Torre. The pitch low and outside, 1-0. And a strike, 1-1. Outside, 2-1. You know, County Stadium has that real beautiful, picturesque aspect to it, as that's fouled down the left field line, 2-2. Now, the trees here do look cartoonish, but they did a pretty good job with this ballpark. It's a ground ball to Santana, who throws to first, and there's 2 away. Here now is Mac Jones, who takes a ball just outside, I guess? And that's fouled away, 1-1. I guess that first pitch was low, is what they're saying. This is golfed over to center. Here comes Dykstra hard coming, and he's got it for the out. We go to the top of the 5th inning, still 1-1. Not much offense in this one, and here's Lenny Dykstra. 0 for 2, but reached with an error and stole a base. Takes a ball and hits one over to left, just foul. 1-1. Up the middle, McMillan fields it and throws correctly to first this time, 1 away, and here comes Wilson. Only 2 hits for the Mets, only 3 hits for the Braves. Wilson fouls 1 away. Braves wouldn't have a run if it wasn't for the wildness of Gooden, and the Mets wouldn't have a run if it weren't for the wildness of Hendley. It's a ground ball to third, throw to first, and there's 2 away. Here's Hernandez, who takes a ball inside, 1-0. Fouled away, pulled, 1-1. Fouled away again. That's behind the plate. 1-2 now in Keith. And that's popped up and out of play. Still 1-2. Down. Oh no, that is low. Changeup is low, and that didn't miss by much. I was about to call him out. Ground ball up the middle, but McMillan, good fielder, has it and throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Amazes me that this Braves team is in the 2nd division. It's a foul ball there by Roy McMillan for the first strike, 0-1, and then takes a ball, 1-1. This team plays us hard. This isn't like playing the Reds or the Cubs. It's 1-2. Popped up, and it's going to be out of play. Now Hernandez has that, 1 away, and up is Bob Hendley. I don't know what we're going to do when we play the Dodgers. Ground ball to Hernandez, goes to the bag himself, 2 away, and here's Johnson. Of course, it's early. You never know what's going to happen. And there's a ground ball to Santana, who throws to first, and we go to the top of the 6th. This Mets team, as you know, has a lot of depth to it. Darryl Strawberry leads off. There was somebody who told me that he thought that this Mets team would end up losing because it doesn't have good fundamental baseball sensibilities. I'm not sure if they know what Mets team they're talking about. 2-0 now the count to Darryl. It's not the fundamentals that they're lacking in. It's the fact that Darryl strikes out a lot. Fouled away 2-1, and Gooden had kind of an off year in '86. Off year. He was one of the best pitchers in the National League. Fouled away 2-2. That's fouled away again. Still 2-2 on Darryl. After that '85 season, anything looks like an off year, and Darryl swings through that one for strike 3. There's one away. Here's Gary Carter. 1-1 game. There's a ball low and inside to Gary. So yeah, apologies if you're the one who made that comment. I can't remember who it was. It's 1-1. Hope you stuck around to watch some of this though, because it's always interesting to see if you're right or not. 2-1 the count. Whereas most people probably don't think I can actually make the replay happen. 3-1 is the count on Carter. You better believe we're going all the way. That was a called strike inside. I don't know how you call that one a strike. That was, look at where this is here. See that? That's way inside. And if you were watching this on TV and you had the box, they didn't have the box back then, but you'd be livid. Throw your remote at the TV and storm off in anger. Fouled away. It's still a full count on Carter. And that's up the middle for a base hit. So Gary gets it done. Third hit, and he's had 2 of them. And I believe so. I'm trying to figure out. Yep, he's 2 for 3. That brings up Ray Knight. Carter now hitting 304. Knight hits one over to right field, and there's nobody there. I'm not sure why Carter held up on that. It was pretty clear that Aaron was never going to get there. So there's runners now on first and second for Santana. Normally you'd be thinking, well, maybe you bunt with Rafael, and are they playing in? No, they're normal. Okay. And there's a strike over the heart of the plate. And it's a pop-up, and it's bowling. No, it's going to be McMillan making the catch for the second out, and now here comes Tuffle. Runners on at first and second. Tuffle takes the ball low. That's blasted to right, but it's not deep enough. Jones makes the catch, and that does it for the Mets in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 1-1 game. And here's Joe Adcock, who takes the ball high, 1-0. Inside now, 2-0. Adcock's 1 for 2. I need something here to tell me if he's like 1 for 2, 2 for 2, and what happened. It's 2-1 now on Joe. And there's a strike, 2-2. Maybe we can get a lot of attention to the 3D model, and OOTP will fix it. Full count now is good and misses again. And there's Bob, ball 4 inside. He has walked 3, struck out 4. Again, this is not the Gooden of '85. It looks like he's losing some of that confidence. Aaron fouls one off, and he fouls that one really, really far down the left field line, 0-1. I thought coming into this about using the Gooden from 1985, but I figured that probably wasn't very fair. This is a good team even with Gooden pitching like this. It's 0-2 on Hank, and there's a ball inside, 1-2. And had just missed that slider. Well, I guess it was lower than I thought. This is blasted to center. It's going to be a base hit in front of Dykstra, and so now they're runners on first and second for the Braves. Nobody out, top of the 6th, and that brings up Eddie Matthews. Gooden's only thrown 78 pitches, and he throws a strike to Eddie. And a ball low, 1-1. There's a ball again, 2-1. Blasted right field foul, 2-2 the count. Takes an eternity for this thing to load. There we go. And that's ball 3 called. That's another pitch that's a real ticky-tacky call. And he loads the bases again. So another walk by Gooden. That'll bring up bowling. We're going to have the infield just come in completely. Gooden's walking the bottom of the order, and there's a strike to bowling. And another one-hit foul. So it's 0-2. Ever seen that movie Alibi Ike? Swinging and a miss by bowling, down he goes, and that makes one away. We'll have the infield in on the corners. You ever see Alibi Ike? There's that famous scene where he brings the outfield in and says he's going to strike out the side. And if I remember right, they end up hitting a home run or something off of him. There's a strike to the knees, 0-1. And a ball low, 1-1. That's what I was just thinking of, though. Good, and I'm going to load the bases, and then I'll get him out myself. Fly ball to right field. Strawberry has it for the out. But Adcock is tagging. He's going to score easily. It's a 2-1 game now for the Braves. That brings up Mac Jones. So 2-1, and the Mets are behind again. There's a ball high to Jones, and another ball inside, 2-0. Golfed left field, and over goes Wilson, and he can't get there. 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2. Way up and in, full count. And that's fouled away. Full count remains. And that's low. And so Gooden has walked 5, and he's not going to last long. We're taking him out in the top of the 7th. There's a strike to the next batter, and that's fouled away. 0-2 on McMillan. That's fouled away again. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. So that's the 6th strikeout for Gooden, but he's walked 5. And we go to the top of the 7th inning, and you know, I hate to put it this way, but we would be much more likely to win this game if Gooden weren't starting it. Up comes our favorite pinch hitter. George Foster comes in, 2 for 7 as a pinch hitter, takes the ball inside. And there's a ball low, 2-0. Hendley's still in there, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. There's a ball inside, so it's a 3-0 count. He'll take this one. There's a strike. Strike 2. Full count now on Foster. It has blasted deep, and that's going to be off the wall. Foster with a double easily. And George Foster, who's having a hard time hitting 200, gets a double to lead this off here in the top of the 7th in a game that the Mets have not had the base hits coming in. 5th hit for the Mets, and here comes Dykstra. And there's a strike to Dykstra. So Gooden leaves the game. Swing and a miss by Dykstra, 0-2. And that's just, well, he just barely held up, 1-2. And there's strike 3, and Dykstra didn't react to that one at all. 1 away, and up comes Mookie. But we don't want to waste this opportunity. There's a ball inside to Wilson. And that's low and away, 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And it misses again, full count. Barely fouled away by Mookie. He hates to strike out, doesn't he? Blasted right field line. That'll go foul, I believe. Yeah, just barely. Close to being a home run. And there's another ball, and Wilson gets on base. So he fought for that one. And that brings up Keith Hernandez. 1 away, runners on at 1st and 2nd. This is risky, but we're going to do this. Ground ball would have been a double play ground ball, but the runners were moving. And McMillan throws to 1st for the out, and they moved up, and up comes Darryl Strawberry. They're going to walk him. Now, they pitch to him, and there's a strike, 0-1. That's a ball low. Got to be careful. 1-run lead, 1-1. Low and inside, it's 2-1. Fouled, and that was ball 3, I'm sorry, that he swung at, and fouled that one away. So 2-2. And down he goes, swing and a miss, and that one hurts. So, yeah, you see that. Darryl Strawberry fans for the 3rd time, ouch, and we are used to that, definitely. That's one of the themes of the replay so far. I say replay, it's not really a replay. I mean, replay implies that this happened in real life. Terry Leach going to come back in as a relief pitcher because Aguilera is tired. This will be fun. It's always fun when Terry Leach pitches here. So we'll see what Terry Leach can do for us. There's a swing and a miss by Hendley. It's 0-1. Didn't go that time. 1-1. Held up again. 2-1. That's the start of things here in the season. 3-1 now is the count on the pitcher. And there's a foul ball. It's a full count. So I get a little anxious when the Mets are not playing well as Leach gives up a walk, speaking of which, and up comes Lou Johnson. But it's just the beginning of things here in this season. You have ups and downs, but we have a whole season to play. It's a fly ball to left. Deep, but Wilson's there. 1 away. This Mets team does look good in this replay, and the offense looks particularly good. They only have 5 hits today, but it's a 2-1 game. Ground ball to Tuffle, on to Santana, and on to Hernandez, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. That'll bring up Gary Carter, and it'll be Warren Spahn now coming in as a relief pitcher of all things, and I bet you weren't expecting that. So in comes Spahn, 3-2 record, 3.41 ERA. Do you think the Braves think this game's important? There's a ground ball to Matthews, who throws to 1st, 1 away, up is Ray Knight. Either that or the computer manager doesn't know what it's doing, but we're used to that. Strike tonight, and the ball low, 1-1. Low again, 2-1. Low again, 3-1 the count now on Ray. See if he walks. Now he swings a ball 4 and hits a ground ball over to McMillan, who throws to 1st in plenty of time. Knight slowed getting down the line, 2 away. Here's Santana. I was watching a game just the other day, and they were talking from 86. They were talking about Knight's sort of sore knees. Santana blasts that one down the right field line, foul, 0-2. Outside, 1-2. And low, 2-2. Fouled away. It remains 2-2. And that's hit foul down the left field line. Johnson can't get there in time. He was playing him a little to right. 2-2. That's fouled away again. Just barely fouled off. And that is hit to the left side for a base hit. Santana, one of those guys who just doesn't want to strike out, and he works a hit out of it. And that brings up another pitching change. And they're trying to do righty-lefty on us. That's what's happening. Is Don Notabart coming up against Tim Tuffle. It'll be Tuffle, and then if he gets on a pinch hitter, he swings and misses. And it takes another strike, 0-2. Little blast over to right field. We probably should have put Backman in, but we didn't. Jones makes the catch for the out. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and it will be Hank Aaron. And he takes a big curveball for a strike, 0-1. And that's another curve low, 1-1. Fastball, hit, foul, 1-2. Terry, you know who you're pitching to, right? Curve just misses away, 2-2. And that misses away again, full count. Blasted to right. Playable, I think. No. Strawberry can't get there. Still a full count now. And that is low for ball 4. Maybe Terry did know who he was pitching to. And so we go into double play depth once again. Here's Eddie Matthews, who takes the ball low, 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. It's blasted to center, but I think Dykstra has room. No, he doesn't. He can't get there in time. And that will score at least one. Dykstra plays this slowly. Matthews is going to get over to third. He's got a triple. It's a 3-1 ball game, and you knew that was coming. So Leach, doing the Terry Leach thing, gives up a triple. Up next is Bowling, who fouls one away, and that's going to be a wild pitch. And there's no chance for Carter to throw the runner out, and that makes it a 4-1 game. 1-1 now in Bowling, and that's upstairs. 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2 now in Bowling. That's hit over to center. Dykstra is going to get there in time, and he's got it. 2-1 gone, and here's Joe Torre. So we'll let Leach pitch a little bit more. Swing and a miss by Torre, 0-1. And there's a ball inside, 1-1. Little fly ball to center, and it's going to drop in front of Dykstra for a base hit. And that'll bring up Mac Jones, so we go back to our double play depth. Ground ball to Tuffle, Santana onto Hernandez, and so we go to the top of the 9th inning. And this will bring up Leach, who's going to come out of this game. It will be Danny Heap finally who gets to come in. So we had good luck with Foster as a pinch hitter. Heap fouls one away, it's 0-1. Danny Heap hitting .308 this season, didn't play that much though. There's a ball, we were platooning him a little bit. 2-1 now. Fouled away. It's 2-2 on Danny. Fouled away again, just barely. Still 2-2. Just barely getting a piece of that one. Fouled away again. That's going to be foul to the left side, out of play. Foul to the right. Step to the left, step to the right. Outside pitch is drilled into right field for a base hit, so Heap does get it done. That'll bring up Lenny. There's a ball to Dykstra, 1-0. It's outside and away, 2-0. Lenny today 0-4. There's a strike, 2-1. And that's low, 3-1 to count. Hit over to right center field. That's going to be playable. Aaron has that for the out, 1 away. Dykstra with an 0-5 today. That brings up Nookie Wilson, who takes the ball low and inside. He's 0-3. Swing and a miss is 1-1. There's a strike called outside corner. That was far outside, 1-2. And Wilson's hit by the pitch. Now that can't be on purpose, I'll tell you that. That means that Hernandez is the potential tying run. Keith Hernandez has 1 home run this season, 33 RBIs. Takes the ball low, but he's been in a slump, 0-3 today. Low again, 2-0. Low again is 3-0. They're scared of him. There's a strike, 3-1. That's low again, and that locks the bases loaded, and up comes Gary Carter with 1 out and the bases juiced. I'm sorry, Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry has struck out 47 times this season. Takes a strike. He's striking out like twice a game. 0-2 quickly. And that's a wild pitch. That's going to score 1. Wilson goes to third. Heap scores. And it's a 1-2 count now on Strawberry with first base open. And there's another ball, 2-0. 2-2, I'm sorry. And he swings and misses that slider. Down he goes. So 2 away, and up comes Carter. Strawberry did lead the team in strikeouts by a large margin in real life. Carter, the 0-1 pitch, is hit back to the pitcher, and Notabard throws to first, and that does it. So the Mets lose this one 4-2. Puts us at 20-9. It's still not an awful start to the season. I have to keep telling myself that. You know, when you play through every game, you of course want to win every game, and sometimes you lose. This is the second game we've lost in a row. First time we've had a losing streak all season. But there are a lot of positives to take away from this, right? The only concern I really have is with the pitching. We knew Terry Leach wasn't going to pitch that well, but it's good that I'm worried about. So 4-2, the Braves win this game. They play us hard, and we have a doubleheader coming up. We'll see tomorrow the first game, and then the day after the next. So look forward to that. I'll talk with you later. Bye.